I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Nate.
And we're the Byrams.
Been together for over a decade.
We have 2 kids.
2 businesses.
Our strategy
for your best life
is to just go with it. Guess who's back? Never fails. I will do it every single time. Come at me. Shady's back, all right? Tell a friend.
Is that your nickname, Shady?
Shady. No.
Shady.
Oh, my gosh. My husband might have taught our 2-year-old the phrase, "Ayo, Shawty."
Ayo, Shady. But he thinks he's saying his sister's name.
Yeah, that's how he says Sadie. It sounds like Shoddy, and Nate took it and ran with it. Neither here nor there. Just a little nugget for your day today.
Because, back in my prime, my single days, I used to roll down the window and, "Ayo, Shady."
You did not.
No, I
You just
do
did
that.
not do that.
Nope. I probably did that on my PA, though. That's probably what I said.
That was actually how we started dating. Is Kat called me, "Ayo, Shoddy," and I just said, "That's it. Yeah. That's my husband right there. Done."
I wired up this CB radio in my lifted pickup truck because I thought I was a redneck at the time.
You ain't never seen a green lifted truck like this
And
one, though.
I put a PA, public announcement speaker. I think that's what PA stands for.
Is it really? I've always wondered what a PA stood for.
I think so, yeah. Wired up a speaker underneath the hood, and you would flip a button, and then bam, you could just start talking to anyone and everyone outside the car. Play music, whatever it was.
You used to drive around campus talking to people.
It's really obnoxious.
It was the most obnoxious, but that's all right.
I would still put it in my truck today if I could.
We are not putting that in your truck. Thank you.
I really would. And I would not yell, "Ayo, Sade," except for when I saw you walking on the street.
That's right.
There was an intense counseling session with Jackie Brewster.
Enneagram with JB on the gram.
Get her book, listen to her podcasts.
She is the salt of the earth, just
the
greatest person.
Well, I was dealing with a lot emotionally, and I needed some counseling. And so I feel like, Jackie was referred to me from a friend. Absolutely incredible. But I went alone for quite a few months, and then, I just talked so bad about you that Jackie was like, "Let me see and meet this girl." And I think you guys...
That was 2.5 years ago.
I think you guys need to do this together. And so I was like, okay, sounds good. So one particular day, we're just working through some things, and I just remember her asking, like, "Well, what got you guys started? Like, what was it like when you first started dating?" And we both looked at each other and we were like, fun. It was a blast. Like, we just had so much fun together. Like, we talked, we went to the movies, went on dates, played basketball.
I beat you in basketball.
I mean, just had so much fun. I feel like we went to the mountain, we went to the river. Like, it was just fun. We had fun conversations. We laughed, talked, and it seemed breezy and not hard, not complex. It was just a lot of fun. And so I'll never forget, like, essentially her being like, "Well, Nate, you're too serious. You need more fun." And honestly, I think, the first time, like, I danced or did something on social media, I remember, like,
everybody was like, "I'm sorry,
who is this?" Like, because I'm come off as a very serious, sometimes standoffish person, very rigid. Normally, it's just with the one, I just got so much going on that on the outside, it just looks like stone because I'm trying to figure out how I feel.
Even close friends of ours are like, "Nate did what?"
But I am a fun person, I think. I mean, I'm pretty funny. I like to tell jokes. I mean, I love to sing and dance, and I'm not very good.
You
at
are
dancing.
very fun when you let your hair down.
Yeah, well, and I didn't realize I needed those times. Just for me to be the best version of me, like, you gotta have fun. Like, you just have to, like, it ain't about business. It ain't like about work all the time. Like, it's just fun. You gotta implement fun.
And I am the absolute opposite, where there's truly not that much of a serious bone in my body.
Well, and you brought that fun out in me, because you're right. Like, I was like, okay, can we be serious about some things? Like, but it was you brought that fun out in me, and that alone was like, oh, so, like, the way to, like, shake off the dust and the cobwebs is to, like,
dance it off, man.
Implement some fun.
Yeah.
Like, just do something fun together that creates memories memories create bonds, and then that's where the sparks and attraction came from. The memories and the
Yes.
bonds, the fun that you had, right? That's where it all starts. That's where you got to get not back to, but
Remind yourself.
you have to remind yourself.
Yeah, that like, hey, I might not like the way that he's acting in this situation, but like, he's still fun. Like, we still have a good time together, and he can still make me pee. He can still make me laugh until I almost pee my pants, and that's important. Like, sharing joy together is important, because if you have memories together, you're bonded. Like, we will sit probably every quarter. I ask, what was your favorite memory from this quarter? Like, what was your favorite, and when we get done with that conversation, we feel more bonded of like, man, let's share the memories that we have. Like,
Well, I'll never forget kind of asking you why you were so free spirited and so fun. And of course, I think, as we started early on getting to know each other, you were very vocal about my dad died and I was very young. So I
in kind of an
understand.
unexpected manner.
Well, and you were like, so I understand, like, memories are all I have of him now. That's it. Memories. Jeep rides to get ice cream, holidays, I mean, the
Disney
Masters,
World.
Disney,
Yeah.
yeah, all the stuff that he loved that you guys did together. That is what you had. And I remember thinking of like, oh my gosh, well, like, I mean, I've lost a great grandmother, and maybe I wish I would have had some memory, but it wasn't like it just didn't compute to me because I was like, oh my, like,
It doesn't compute to
yes.
most people for a while.
But you really got me thinking of like, Nate, if you go through this life and don't have it, like so many people regret time, memories. Like nobody really regret. Oh, I didn't make $1 million. I didn't reach the top level of the business. It was, I wish I could go back and do things differently. I wish I could be there.
Spend more time.
Be present in the moments.
Yeah.
And that's where the true connection lies, by adding just something fun and free spirited. So for me, even from our foundation of our relationship, you've always got me thinking like, okay, if we're at each other, we're kind of fighting, bickering or whatever, like when was the last time we did something fun? And that is exactly what Jackie said, was like, well, when was the last time you did something fun? Well, I mean, we came home, sat dinner, and I told this funny story about somebody at work today.
Yeah, does not count.
Doesn't count. Nope.
So that would be my number one question. If you are we'll call it a prickly. If you are in a prickly stage of your relationship where things are feeling uncomfortable, you might be nitpicking at each other, you might be tit for tatting each other, stop and verbally ask out loud, when was the last time we had fun together?
I mean, we're about to go see Luke Combs in concert, baby.
We are. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, that is something, you need something to look forward to. So like, plan something fun. It does not, I feel like a lot of people are hesitant because like they think, oh, well, the fun costs money. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Walk in the park.
Yeah.
I mean,
get you the cheapest box cake in the world. Make a cake together in your kitchen. Go for a walk.
Cake sounds so good right now.
Yeah, it does. Go for a car ride and turn on like the most bumpin' 2000s hip hop playlist in the world.
We've done that. Road trip to the gas station.
Yes.
Before we left town. Or no, it was Target. And got, what was that CD?
Now.
Now
that's what I
2000?
called Music 2000. Yes.
I mean, like, what was it? Like NSYNC, Britney Spears.
But I was not in a good place mentally.
Dirty Pop.
I was not in a good place mentally.
E.T.
We went to Target, picked up that CD, and I mean, laughed our heads off the whole hour and a half home.
Sick and tired of people.
And that was what I needed.
You're not going to sing with me? All right.
No, I'm trying to have a moment here.
I'm trying to have some fun.
What's the deal with this pop light and when is it gonna fade out? Okay, anyways. But we went, I think that CD was maybe $8. we got in the car, turned it on, and that immediately helped
Changed it.
my mood.
Changed everything.
Which in turn, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. So now when I hear some of those songs, that's what I think of, because memories tie you together. They do. And that is.
We even talked before this of like, if you did nothing of what you've learned thus far, or anything that we've said, or anything that you've read or learned, it's like, ask yourself, when was the last time you guys have had fun? If you can't recall a memory, or if it's like, well, you're trying to force a memory
Plan
into the fun,
it ASAP.
do something. Date night, movies. I mean, honestly, even going to the park and just swinging on the swing, doing things that kids do is the first place to start. And that's what Jackie said. Of course, after learning about, my childhood and some things, I had to grow up very quickly. I had to be serious very quickly early on. And so some of those childhood things I didn't really get to do. And there's freedom for some reason, and looking back and going through some of those childhood memories that help you develop, that help you create bonds, that help you be present in the moment. Super important. So, I mean, even going to a playground.
Yeah.
You know,
Find one of those trampoline parks and go jump around, do flips on a trampoline. Wait, that sounds so fun.
it really does.
But simple.
Sounds like an accident waiting to happen for me, too. But
It does, actually. But like simple things, because you cannot be laughing and be having fun in a negative mindset.
oh, you better tell them. Preach.
You cannot be mad at your spouse and like just angry, resentful, but also be like laughing and having fun with them. Like I saw a quote years ago, and it was like, you're less likely to fight with your spouse if you're praying over them. And I feel like it's a similar thing of like,
If you're consistently having fun, how can you fight?
yeah, like, and granted, we know like life come with stresses that make you angry and, outside of your marriage, things like that. I get it. But sometimes, and this has been important for me, especially now having little children, sometimes you have to take off the mom hat and put on the girlfriend hat, or take off the dad hat and put on the boyfriend hat.
Yeah.
And remember, hey, before these two precious gifts from the Lord came in, it was you and me, boo. Like it was me and you laughing till the sun went down and laughing till the sun came up.
Well, because our kids look to us for so much. And I mean, what if they looked at us and saw a stale, prickly, angry,
saw roommates, people who were just tolerating
that is
each
what
other.
their version of marriage looks like. No wonder they then get into marriages themselves and then, live the same road as roommates. Like if you, I mean, what is my dating experience supposed to look like if it ends in a stale, prickly marriage? Like, I mean, whoa. Let that sink in for a second. I mean, we're that's a wrap, right? I mean, that's done. I mean, that's that is something that like we're leaving to them, we're giving to them, we're showing them, and it's not just, well, do what I say. You guys should go out and have dates and have fun, but it's like we actually do that too.
Oh yeah, we are very much money where our mouth is kind of people when it comes to our marriage, and in my mind, the more fun you have, the more joy you create. And joy and negativity cannot coexist. Not in a healthy way. You can focus on one over the other, but that's also a choice. So in my mind, if we are having fun, and even if I had a bad day, but if it's like, I know at 7:30 our kids are going to go to sleep, we're going to turn on some music in the kitchen and have a dance party, that can easily turn your day around. And the dance party is what I would remember of that day, not the hard part. So it also helps shift your mind to look for the good. So when you look for the good grows. When you look for the bad grows.
Yep.
So if you're out there trying to have fun, trying to create joy, trying to create memories, you will focus on creating memories even in the most sliver of things. For example, yesterday, there was a frog in our backyard. I don't think Bo has ever seen a frog. I will never forget that moment as long as I live. It was such a small moment.
What do you do?
Oh my gosh. Well, it kept hopping around and he would jump every time. And then he started laughing. He tried to touch it and then it jumped away. And he kept he goes, "Where'd frog go? Where'd frog go?" So funny. But even like that was such a small moment. But when you're looking for fun things with your kids, you'll
Yeah.
find them. When you're looking for fun moments with your spouse, you will find them.
And I'm sure I mean, it definitely makes harder conversations easier too. Of like, okay, like at the end of this, we're probably going to talk about, some things, or even during some of those fun moments of like, hey, like I know we talked about this the other day while we're playing putt putt, like, what do you think about this? How can we make it through this? What we make it through things well
We make
together.
it through things together.
It the fun for me has made me realize I want more out of life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just exist. I don't want to just be. I don't want to just move through this life with the next thing on the agenda in mind and miss out on them, because the moments are all we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can be the best version of yourself by not being a present human. I don't think you can. Like, you can't experience the feelings. You can't see the joy. You can't love the moment. You can't love hard. Like, you can't, you can't do these things. And I feel like, social media reels are all about those good moments in life that people snap a picture of. And it's like, not that you're meant to, live, the highlight reel, but it's like, you can experience even the littlest moments of joy with a frog.
When you're looking for it. And that is like
So you have to train your mind. You have to start
yeah.
small, train your mind, because again, going back to like the center of gratitude is what grounds us. And
Attitude of gratitude.
gratitude allows us to be present in the moment. It allows us to open up and have fun. It allows us to be a kid again,
Well, even
which
as
helps in the
kids,
development.
as kids, we did not get in trouble for much growing up. It was if we were disrespectful or ungrateful. And I will die on the hill of our kids will not be ungrateful. Like, even Bo is 2.5.
It's the
And
biggest turnoff is selfish and ungrateful.
but when you live in like, you teach your kids to be grateful for things, but somehow in like life, you forget that you're just supposed to live grateful. Because if you live grateful and if you live so thankful for what the Lord has given you, He's probably going to give you more. If you give someone a present and they are so grateful and so excited about it and so just thankful that you even thought of them, odds are you're 10 times more likely to get them another gift. And somehow along the way of like life beating you down, life, whatever, you like forget, like, oh, I'm just grateful for the breath that I had in my lungs when I woke up this morning. Like, so if you try to live in an attitude of gratitude, you'll be looking for fun. You'll look for ways to bring the joy. And that is, to me, just like key. Even if you're in a like hard season where you're like, we really need to have some hard conversations. If you're not ready for the hard conversations yet, remind yourself that you can have fun together. Get that connection going again, and then the hard conversations.
When was the last time you had fun?
The last time we had fun, I don't think it's appropriate
Oh boy.
to answer that.
Was that 2 nights ago?
But I would say when we got to walk on the beach with our kids last week, that was fun because Bo was running and having his best life.
He loved the beach.
And Sadie was waving at everybody. That whole day was like medicine. They were waving at everybody in the golf cart. So, yeah, my first answer is not appropriate to admit. That is when the last time I remember having fun as a family.
It's crazy, even just hearing you talk about that, reliving the memories in my mind,
You're happy.
what it does to my heart. Yes.
Your left tank got full again.
Full again.
Yeah.
Just that alone of like, and that was in a moment with us, but the kids sometimes are oblivious to those like, moments of like we're watching them, but yeah, just that moment alone.
Like we were in Nate's sweet aunt let us borrow their golf cart and we're driving around the beach, going to get ice cream. And Bo, y'all, he is like the mayor voodoo always say. Like he waves at everybody, waves, waves, waves. Well, these people are like running in 90-degree weather and Bo's just waving like he has never seen a human before. So excited. And these people are stopping. They're running laughing and waving back at him because he is just looking at the world and how can I have fun today? Like, what can I do? Granted, he's 2.5. So, like, his world is just mostly fun. But even something that simple, he
Yep.
was like, I'm going to wave and I'm going to bring joy because I'm full of joy. Because
And it's
is.
taught.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
It really is. They look for joyous moments because that's what we're teaching them
Mhm.
to do. Yep. 100%. I remember that. And he got so distraught when people
Oh
didn't
my
wave at
gosh,
him.
y'all.
Like
He
he
hates
was
when
like,
people
what in
don't
the
wave at
world?
him.
But he lights up. He smiles
He
and lights up
does.
when
He
people
gets
wave
so
at him. I mean, it
excited.
touched, I mean, you
Probably
know,
people that he'll never, ever, ever see again.
never see. But man,
Yeah.
they thought it was the funniest thing. Seeing him in a car seat, the front seat of that golf cart, riding down,
Just
First
living
Street.
his best. There's a place
Just,
off Ocean Avenue. Yeah. Just, I mean, waving, having the best.
but the
time.
goal is to get as far away from negativity as possible. Negativity grows, I mean, if not 10 times more than fun
You have
and
to be
positive
quick
does.
to cut it off.
You got to get away from the negative.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get away from seeing the negative all the time. You got to get away of talking about the negative all the time. If it's just we're just having conversations, all day, every day about the stuff that you're not doing, like you have to put the fun back into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is just, and we just have proven it right now. We're talking about one memory, what it has done to my heart. And I'm like, man,
What would you have said if I asked you when the last time you had
I would have
fun?
said the beach too.
Yeah.
Well, for my birthday, we were at Disney together, and I love just experiencing with you. And I feel like for me, like, going to restaurants, trying, the Jungle Cruise restaurant for the first
Oh,
time,
yes.
like that was just so good. And I remember like being exhausted because you made me walk all over, the parks that day.
I am not sorry.
And like we tried something new, and I feel like that is a memory I'll never,
Mhm.
ever forget. But I feel like the most fun for me was when you put together, we bought this Carl and Ellie Spirit of Adventure, like her notebook from the
From
movie
Up,
from
yeah.
Up, right? At Disney, we bought it, and I was like,
My
I
adventure
want
book.
to put our adventures in this book, just to Disney. And you did, and presented that to me of like all the Disney trips that we've taken since we've been together, with kids, without kids, with pictures, and jotted down some of your favorite memories. And honestly, like that is on my nightstand, in my drawer, something I get to like remember. And I think that's so key too, of like not only having fun, but taking the time out each week to acknowledge those fun moments because you remember, floods you with good feelings,
Add
floods
it
you
to
with
your
gratitude,
Thirsty Thursday
and
list
you
of like, hey,
start,
what was a memory of fun you had this week?
it just starts this ripple effect of like, I want more fun. I want more fun. I want more memories. And then things begin to really just change from that point of when I notice, even remotely, like if we've gone a couple of weeks and I haven't done something fun, I notice I'm quick to anger.
Uh-huh.
I'm mean. Have a prickly demeanor. I'm a little bit more like nitpicky with you. Like I just automatically know in that moment of like I can like, pick and say something, and then like immediately my mind's like, you haven't had any fun. There's no fun memories. Like it's just go to work, take the kids to school, meals.
Surviving.
Yeah, it's literally just the mundane stuff, and it's, oh my gosh, we haven't had any fun.
Trying to switch it from surviving to thriving.
And then one moment, one memory, one fun thing, a walk to the park, a Luke Combs concert, a trip to Florida, like, just change. I mean, it changes it all. Changes it all. And then you've got juice in your veins for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, until that
The
next
next
fun
time.
event. Yep.
And I would focus on when you have the fun, reminisce on it together, talk about it, bring it up, because then the memories last. They last, and it lasts till the next time that you get to do something fun.
Here's a little bit of old school for you. It goes
Goes
a little something like this. Chicka chicka. I always try to be the flyest kid on the block, the popular one with the right to stop.
Oh
That's
my
when
gosh,
I had this
I
bright
cannot
idea
even handle you right
for
now.
the party of the month.
No, the party of the year.
All the fine girls couldn't turn it down. So all I got to do is get my parents out. Should I send them to a movie now? Send them to a show. Let me think.
Fun fact, anytime we have to do karaoke,
It's got to be long, though.
that is our karaoke song. You would ask, Tiffany, how often do y'all do karaoke? More often than you would think, because we have a karaoke competition on the 4th of July at my parents' house. And that is mine and Nate's go-to. That and Party for Two by Shania Twain and Billy Currington. Those are the two. Our go-to karaoke songs. See, just fun. Just, I am going to challenge you. This cost $0. Get with your spouse, significant other, get in the car, turn on a good playlist, and I dare you not to dance.
Bump it.
Yeah, just have fun.
Aaron Carter,
I mean,
NSYNC,
I was
Backstreet Boys.
Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, you
Oh,
know,
well.
we're not the same.
Little
Just,
John and Eastside Boys.
yeah, just don't be so stuffy. Unbutton the shirt, loosen the tie, take the suit jacket off, and let yourself breathe. Like, let yourself take a step back from the stressors of the world and just feel the breath in your lungs and breathe.
No matter what life throws at you,
Good or bad,
always remember.
to just go with it.
Peace.
See you next